begin? I can't believe how big these parts are. But again, look what we're working with here. I can imagine when Bandai announces the Kasi, which is the mobile suit that Hathaway is piloting, we see some unique features on that mobile suit. I mentioned before that there's no detailed information or whatnot on how the performance of the Penelope and the Kasi has shown in media, other than what it was on the manga. Nobody has seen that. But Prime 92 kind of told me, you know, if you get one of the G Generation kit video games, it'll show you the actual mobile suits in action. She was looking for it, and then we just forgot to show it to me, and I had to do something else, so I never got a chance to look at it. She'll probably end up showing it to me later on. I am interested in one of the red mobile suits. I forgot what it was. Forgive me, I don't have my computer open right now. Turn it off. I need to unplug, you know. This is an amazing part set here. And by the way, I don't think I'm going to get all this in a tray, because all my trays are too small for these big parts. So they're going to be cut up and put in the box itself because of how big it is. And then I'm going to begin working on the assembly. I'll begin with the Odessa version first. Then I'll work my way up to the actual flight unit that makes up the Penelope. Quite honestly, I thought I was going to be making a master grade with the amount of parts that I pulled out here in trays. I mean, let me count these. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 trays. I don't even see a clear part here for beam sabers. Wow, that's a lot of parts. Now I gotta figure this out. So let me begin to categorize it, separate what I think I'm going to need, begin with the instructions, and we'll begin the assembly. But we're going to begin with the inner frame. We're going to begin with the mobile suit first before we begin the actual flight unit. Okay? Okay, so here are the parts that makes up the body of the Penelope. Let's put this together, see how it looks. First up with this. It goes here. That one goes here. And we have this frame thing. Slide that through there, and slide that through here. Now, with that complete, take this part here, connect that to there, like so. And we have this, goes in there. And then the instruction says whatever you do, don't nip that off. But to put this here, like that. Then take this, it slides in perfectly through there, here, and I think through here. Ooh, resistance. There we go. That goes there, that goes there. Alright, that's good. Good detail there, look at that. Nice. Alright, so then we have this. Goes in here. Snaps into place. Does pivot a bit here. And then we have the red part that goes here. It's good. Very good. Then going to this part and this part. And I'll go here. And this one goes like that. Like so. Put these two together like that. And then take this. Put that like that. Put that there like so. Okay. That completes the torso. Neat. Move on to the next part. Alright, so the next part is going to be the head of the Penelope. And for obvious reasons, I am not going to put on the stickers for the eyes. And considering that there is a colored part for this, which I don't have the stickers nearby. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. It's a... So, looking at it, it's a red part for the red part, which doesn't make any sense, so whatever. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so we have this here, followed by the mouth guard. Goes in like that. The yellow part that goes in, like, hold on, that's that, and that goes right on top of this, I believe, yep, like that, and an angle. Then we have this white part here, get the alignments right. Is that right? Is that supposed to go through that? Let me find out. Okay, it does snap in. Which I'm a bit worried now. If I have to unsnap it so I can get to the eyes. We'll worry about that later. Alright, so now with this here. This. That one goes into this hole, I think. And then alright, that goes there. That goes there. That goes here. Which I can then open up like that. Oh, did I accidentally bend that? I see like a little warp signature there, but I don't remember bending it. Alright, let me bring that there. Alright, so there it is. The head of the Penelope is now complete. Very simple. A lot of parts, of course, especially for high grade. But let's now move on to the next part of the build. Alright, so the next part will be the arms of the Penelope. And we'll begin with this part here, followed by these parts, which I believe is makes up the shoulder. again, there's no poly caps here, so it's all the plastic parts. Don't know if that's actually a good thing, but for this, I'm going to put these two together like so. Like that. To have that done. And you have this part and this trim here. The instructions did explain to put something under this, like a sticker. Well, we're not going to do that. So with this complete, what I'm going to do is keep it like this, and then take this part, connect that here, and connect this here, and then close it up like so. Alright, that pretty much seals it up like that. Alright, so that completes this. Now we have the joints here. Take that, put that here. This, put that here. Then seal it up like so. It's supposed to look like this. With that complete, take the two side parts here, kind of like this, and we have this that goes like that here to the front, and put that here, like so. So that completes that. Now, we want this and this. Connect them up. Followed by this part here. There's a notch there, so it make sure it goes in like that. And we take these shield parts and goes here. Let me just remove a little bit of flash there a bit. There we go. So close these two like that. And we take this part, which has to be like that. This part that has to be like that. Close it up like so. And this will be like this. Yeah, seals that up right there. The last part, let's see. This is a little tricky because you got to make sure that this part is up front because it has to bend like that. So with this has to go up front like this. Take this, stick that in like so, and then this close like that. There we go. And then we have these parts that go like that. And there you go. The hands go like this, using the open hands first. And then I think that pretty much seals up this. Give me a second here. I believe that goes like that. Yes. So this hand goes there, and that hand goes here. This can pivot, of course, yes. And there you have it. The arms of the Penelope are now complete. Interesting to see this, if you want it like that or the other way. I'd like to talk about this more, but let's continue moving on so we can see how it looks. Alright, so let's now move on to the next part of the build. Alright, so here is the parts that make up the legs of the Penelope Odessa version, of course. A lot of parts here, a lot of preparation. First up, I'm going to take this, put that here. There's no snaps, so just so you know that. So that goes there. And you take this, put it in like so. Once it's in there, this part you slide in like that. And we take this and put that in like that. Followed by this. This goes under here. I know there's some nub marks here, don't worry about it. That's going to be cleaned up soon. Alright, next up is the leg itself. So first thing, for this I need to open this up. I'm going to keep it in this position, followed by this here, followed by this part that has to be like this. Then you have this here. Snap it into place. Push it in all the way. Make sure that it'll bend properly. It's tight, very tight. So you don't have, so that's good. And we have these two. I kind of like these, how they go on this, as like in the arms. There we go. So that goes there. And then you're never going to go wrong with this because there's 3 holes here, so you put it there. Then you have this that goes like that. Bend it to make sure it goes in. So that completes that. And we have these parts we need to prepare. So we have the 2 yellow pieces that go there. One goes here. The other goes there. Like so. And then keep it like that. I believe you have to put it like this. Let me take this, stick it like that there. Close it up like that. Now we put the back part here. This part, you have this trim part here that goes under it to show off the side verniers there. Put that there. These 2 parts put together like so. Put that in here. Like so until it goes all the way. This one, make sure you put it like that so it catches the hook right there, and then take this to seal it up. When I saw this part, I thought it was more than 1 part. I didn't realize it was all 2 molds, but okay. Close it up, and then close this up like that. And there you have it. The legs of the Penelope are now complete and big. Clearly master grade scale, you could say. They're huge. They're almost big. They're around the same height size as a high grade kit. Alright, let's now move on to the next part of the build. Okay, so the last part is going to be the waist unit of the Penelope Odessa. Let's do this right now. Let's put these 2 parts here. One goes here. The other one goes there. There we go. Now, this will never be taken apart, so you know that, and you need that facing down, of course, for this, which goes right through here. Nope, the other way. Sorry. And you have the hole that pivots like that, so that's good. And then we need this, followed by this part here. There's a little latch there. Interesting. I think I must have pulled that out wrong. There we go. Now it's snapped into place like so. Okay. And then we put that here. Ah, nope. We put this here. And then put that there. Good. Then we take these two. Goes there. That's good. I like this. And then we put that, I believe, am I doing it right or wrong? So if I'm like this, and I have that, okay. So that goes there, and that goes there. And supposedly you can position it like that based on what I'm seeing here. And then you have these two little side skirties, which I'm sorry to say looks a little lame. You don't even have some plastic covers on the inside. But you put that here, bring it down. Put that here, and bring it down. So there you have it. There's the waist unit of the Odessa Penelope. Let's put it together and see how it overall looks. Okay, so here are all the parts that makes up the Odessa Gundam. Let's put it together and see how it looks. We're going to begin with the legs. So connection part there. That here. Ooh, pretty big for now. Then we have left arm that goes in there. Right arm goes in there. Alright. Let's get to the body right there. And then the head. There we go. The Odessa Gundam from the Penelope is now complete. And a lot of detail. That's pretty nice. Look at that. Big too. Very, very big. A little wonky though, especially since in the instructions the actual part that connects these two legs, there's a smaller version of this, which I don't know why it's introduced, why we're not putting it on this kit, but the manual says put on the wider version first. And to show you how big it is, here, let me just adjust the camera a bit. Here is how the Odessa Gundam looks like at this size. Sorry. And here is the master grade version of the RX-78-2 one-year war version. Pretty big. So imagine if we did a photo, forced perspective. If this was a master grade, it would be like up to there. I think. Could be completely wrong, but the detail, very good detail everywhere. And I see a lot of possibility of painting part separations seam line does cover up a lot of the panel lining covers up a lot of the seam lines in certain areas. And the leg area, I don't see any issues other than this part, because there's this seam line there, and it's supposed to be, you know, looks supposed to be one part. So I don't know how I'm gonna put this together and paint it right on top of this. That may be a chore. These two can be separated easily because it's covered up by the front part here and this one and here. Feet is going to be easy to paint. The legs are going to be easy to paint. The thighs is a bit of a challenge. Everything around here is good. I don't see any issues. But I think the big issue happens to be this, because one, this has to be a separate part, has to be put in between these two parts, and that has to be painted as well. So then I would have to end up masking this. So there's going to be a lot of masking here for this. Not only that, the shoulders. I don't understand why you assemble the joint inside the shoulder to be covered up with another piece of layer apart. There's only two parts here that's holding up this, and this entire section here could have been a separate part, but there's a seam line right on that. If this was like one part that you slide it on top to actually clamp this in together, that would have been fine, and we could have easily figured out how to do this. But now I have to deal with the entire seam line going around it. That's going to be a major work right there to detail it up and to clean it up. This as well. So I don't see any issues here. I kind of like these vents. That's actually really nice. And when you see these little gaps, obviously that's because of the flight system to make it, you know, the Penelope version. That's a lot of work here, but a lot of work that we have to discover on our own and figure it out, and how do we handle it. So with that being said, this completes the Odessa build. Let's begin with the flight pack unit before before we figure out what to do next. And before I end this video, I'd like to say to everyone, I hope everyone here in the United States and abroad are having a great holiday season. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Let's continue building Penelope.